Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Sultai Reanimator, basically focusing around this squirming emergence where we want to fill our graveyard and use the descend mechanic that we have in the format from Ixalan and use this to reanimate any of our big threats over here. Outside of that, we're just going to go ahead and hop into the games to see how they go, and I will give a little spoiler. We do put 3 Portal of Phyrexias in play, Portal 2 Phyrexias in play in one game. So there's been some crazy games where we actually had to do that to win. Is the craziest part. We had 2 in play and we were not winning the game without the 3rd one. So we have some very exciting games coming up in this video. So if you all enjoy it, please subscribe. I truly appreciate it. And let's just get out there and game. Yeah, I mean, pretty solid. Obviously, the card we have in hand is not maybe the best, but we do have the best card in terms of dealing with that. So sure. We just need these otherworldly gaze to basically find us our land that we need, and we are looking very solid. Looks like domain here, so we'll take our damage. It could be Esper. There's a lot of things it could be. We actually need to take this Yavimaya because we need black mana. So in they go. Draw our Yavimaya. Have a good time. Instant speed. That's instant speed. We put a stop on our upkeep as well. Looks like it's just Esper, so we tried to do this. 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. That stop there still, you know? Goes in the yard. We have 4 permanents in there. We have Storming can tell us that info. I guess we don't have to really have to look. Do another otherworldly gaze. Try to find maybe like an additional blue, in which we do for those permanents in the yard as well. Draw the Darkslick Shores and then go ahead and say pass for a turn. Then we can either Prankster or Otherworldly Gaze. So if we try to cast a Squirming Emergence, we can actually buy it back, and I actually like that plan a lot more. Let's just get to it. Finding the 3rd pass is actually a great way of doing it. Does this not put enough permanents in there? I don't think it does. No, it does by 1, right? Yeah, so we have exactly 7. Cast a Squirming, and then we can have it target the Atraxa. It is 7. Throw this up. I didn't play my land drop for the make disappear. Now I'm upset. I guess it doesn't matter. I can't cast the Squirming off that. I meant the last part, so like next turn we're gonna cast Squirming. We can go from there. Laying down. Already down to 38 cards. You have for me. Draw the Bitter Triumph, which is nice. Then now we can mill ourselves, or we can mill them. We will go ahead and mill them just in case, you know, we have to worry about a Jace at some point. We have plenty of cards for our own. There's Emperor. There's all that nonsense. Do this. Then honestly, this is the best target probably. We have to make disappear mana. Enters. You play this off the top. We casted it, I guess. Didn't really mean to cast it, but I guess if we have the mana, we had the mana, so now we get to play this portal for free. Maybe make this spear will come in and take it, which will obviously cast Squirming next turn and then play this portal regardless. Then getting this one with the multiverse off the battlefield. Just be like, on one hand you could be like, oh, we should bring back Atraxa. Most likely we'll be bringing back the Titan of Industry instead. The reason why is because we put that shield counter on it, although it does get lost to a Sunfall. I mean, that worked. We do have another one in our yard, I believe. Probably not we'll be targeting here. No 4. Him again. Cast this. One hand, I kind of want to just do Liliana. Have Liliana start plussing. I actually like that plan a lot. control, so if we can start hitting their hand, we don't care about ours at all. We also should have stacked this in reverse. Ooh, there it is. We do have the removal for it. So we have to plus Lily now. Discard our Dark Slick Shores.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Get rid of a second one of those. Definitely troublesome for sure. 3, we will cast. Side. I don't want to mill anymore. Knowing what they're playing, of course. Then we just hold our Bitter Triumph. Pop one of these creatures in their graveyard. Fun. It's also fun. Here. Right through life. Maybe they have counterspell now. I haven't had one yet. Yeah, there's Negate. Gonna mill half our library, so we're gonna get chunked for a lot. Oh, afraid of Liliana, huh? It's like a weird thing to be afraid of, but we get to put Negate in our hand? That's sick. Choose one. Wow, we didn't hit another one, huh? Decline. Don't really have to do much. Do Atraxa, we'll put an extra card in our hand. This. Ooh. I just don't know if we need the squirming anymore. Like those. 11. I mean, realistically, if a Jace resolves at any point, we're done for regardless, right? Get rid of this. Sorcery speed. Activate it. Target opponent discards a card. Return non-land. Look top 2 cards. Don't really want to do that. Get a non-land permanent. Opponent. Really nice to do it to a token. Faithful Mending is obviously fine. We can hold the mana for like a make this. I'm like, I know it's kind of weird. This that doesn't increase the speed, I guess. Which is weird. Doesn't make our clock any faster. I see a Bitter Triumph and throw it to the bottom. I think I did. To negate it. They know about negate. I'm surprised to see them not like try for this. Yes. Is that card missing? Child? No. Plus here. Card discard.
We all have things we'd rather.
Combat. Attack. Get for free. 3. And we can play the one off the top as well if we want. Great opponent discards a card. We'll look at the top 3. Put one. Actually, how many cards do we have left? We have like no cards. Yeah, I'll do this. Opponent. Autopay. Because now like Faithful Mending does nothing. Put one into my hand. I guess it'll just be this. Does this go in the yard? Good luck. Axis legendary, but let's just put in this. In 5, 4/4 shield counter. Here I guess because it has vigilance. So did I skip my turn and not attack with this? Oh no, I already attacked. Never mind. I lie. You like to make me mill half my library. Be like 3 cards. We escaped this game. I feel like there was a point that I had a removal spell on one of my Atraxis cycles, but I kind of cycled it in a weird way. I mean, of course, this attack, like, we're definitely throwing a block here. I'll honestly even, maybe that double block's just wrong. I'll just block. I don't know what they would play to give it trample or something. Maybe have something like a six. Yeah.
This was boring. Sorry, I'm not interested in dying.
Basically, just gonna put both their mana on one side or the other. Oh well, now that's a little more interesting, huh?
One way or another.
Two. I think that's just it. I like that, I guess. You have so many permanents in our yard. On the 2. Stay here. Stay here. Get it all sunfalled, because why not? I guess I'd have to draw land plus sunfall. No Jace off the top, and wow, we grind that game out. For the first time ever playing this deck, it definitely could have gone worse. I would have to feel like this hand's fine. It's like we play this on 1, we play this on 2, and we either founding, then it should allow us to do this. Not. Oh my. Hello, can I breathe? Turn 1, turn 2, maybe turn 3. If not, or well, turn 2. If not, we do this. If it's like mono red and we need to kind of play a creature to protect ourselves, then we just go all willy-nilly from there. Although maybe we're supposed to be a little bit more all in than that. Not even worry. Our opponent keeps. We keep. Oh, it's a bad time to have this lane come in tapped, because it's probably going to be really good here, though. I think to play this and then play the cut down is going to be so nice. But yeah, I think we just wait. I'd much rather, I think, cycle one of these on this turn. Rupiri Stomper is just Gruul Dino Ramp, maybe? That's tilting. I was clicking on the screen. I'm really glad it clicked the correct card. Play Death Cap. Play Third Path. Play Mode 1. Do this. We got some good hits in there. Honestly, against this deck, if it's the Dino version, because it's not Domain clearly. Dino, we kind of want to find one of our portals. We really want to find one of our portals and have it be put in the graveyard, but one with the multiverse might just be enough. Oh no! You're gonna put power into play. Yeah, but it's just Gruul, which is cool. I respect what our opponent's playing, honestly. I'm so happy it's not just Domain. If I'm breaking out the spicy list, I want to play against the spice. Alright, am I getting Beseiju here? Oh, that'd have been so sick. Our opponent with a nasty play. They have other options instead of Beseijuing that. You can definitely just Beseiju something else. We have enough. We have 10. Seems great. So let's take a little gander in here. One hand, obviously I would like to the opposite way, but I'm gonna bring in a portal. Because next turn we can recast the Squirming Emergence. We'll have the mana to do so. Portal's gonna trigger regardless, whether they Besage this or not. Which is why I didn't really care. Do we even play basic? We did play 2. I knew that, but I'm just stupid. And I didn't grab an island, so But regardless, we can still do it. We can upkeep Otherworldly Gaze, have our founding trigger, and then we can rebring everything back. Ooh, I can destroy target artifact or enchantment. What a whack play. How many are in here? 11? I know. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm probably actually going to go for Atraxa here. Well, actually, I can't Otherworldly Gaze. I have to do it differently now. Let's play this and put it on. I need green and black. Yes. Play another third path. We just select mode 4. Or 3. I don't know when it got the 4th mode, but it did. So leave me alone. I will be talking to you guys later. So on one hand, obviously, love to play this, but also, it's also good. This doesn't have enough anymore. Might be too much. Well, I'm putting in Atraxa. I thought about doing the other way because this could have probably put a third path back in our hand, and then we'd have felt really good about it. But we get to grab a Squirming, a Liliana regardless. We'll grab a Negate, even though a Negate's probably... Actually, best case, we grab Go for the Throat because Negate is dead. And then we just kind of grab all the goodies, and we put it all in our hand. And I think Atraxa was looking to draw like 5 cards there, if not 6. We're feeling pretty confident about our win chances there. So far, so good. We got them all that. The hand seems so bad. And somehow it seems worse, but... let one of the portals go. I mean, we can use Liliana to discard this stuff. The only problem is we have 2 pain lands. Nothing really to go for it. And of course, it's mono red. As soon as we have pain lands only. Shipwreck Marsh. Call it. We have no way to really mill ourselves. Mono. Is this a 1-lander from our opponent? It is? Opponent, you're too sweet. You're too nice. Guess I just do this, I think. Still awkward, but plus let one with the multiverse go. If I ever start finding mill stuff, it'll be great. Mono's gonna flip. Mono plus play with fire. Kind of buy some time until we can find something that can mill for us. And if we draw a land, we might just slam this Tempest Heart, but they end up finding a land themselves. Make a treasure for their Squee or their Godric next turn. Maybe even a monster trades now. Phoenix check? I don't know about that. I think you just hold for like something better. Could be wrong though. Buy us time, but I don't know how much. Has to take a damage just to play this. Pretty sure without any enabler, I'm just dead. So I'm gonna move on and just save everybody some time. All? Yeah, this hand's like significantly better. What do we put on the bottom? Cut down? Because the speed in which we can kind of mill with this hand is insane. So I think we just put cut down on the bottom. Could argue maybe it's supposed to be the Prankster, but not sold. Play Otherworldly Gaze because obviously with the Squirming Emergence in hand, we're trying to just fly as fast as we can. Fine. Bond. All those can go. Thought about leaving an untapped land on top. Cut down is a like fine draw, not the best draw of all time. Play land, we'll probably see a Thalia come in here. Combat. Land. Hopeful Initiate? Okay. Makes me feel a little bit better. A little bit better. We'll just do that. And we'll pass, and then we'll hold up this cut down. Maybe pop this Hopeful Initiate or the Recruitment Officer regardless. Yep. But now, they're in combat, so they're going to commit to whatever they're doing. Sure. There's an Atraxa, and there's a Bitter Triumph. We have 5 permanents in our yard. Well. let's just play this guy out, and realistically we can throw him under something and have it die on purpose so we can get to increase our count here. Yeah, I kind of like that plan. Then we get to put an Atraxa in play. See if they attack. Cathar. I would like to say no. I have other plans. We put a stop on upkeep because this is only at 6. We can, in theory, have a play where we fire this off. I mean, it'd have to be like the perfect play. Doesn't look like it's going to be. Sure. Portal. Another permanent that puts me at 9. And I could just draw this land if I wanted. Actually, I think the choice is to do it the opposite way. And then now I still have 9 permanents in my yard. And I get to draw kind of a thing that matters a little bit, potentially. And now we just hold. I could have attacked. It had the vigilance, but a little bit of a punt from me. Alright, so there's not a lot of attack. There's the pump, the Lord. Now I think the idea is to kind of keep this around. I think we have a portal in the yard, so I think we're going to block here. Force that to go. We'll take quite a bit. We'll make another bat. We can make a blocker. We'll put in a Traxa, but a Brutal Catharsm stops that. So I kind of like going for the Portal of Phyrexia plan. Forcing them to sack 3 things. Will be their tokens, I would imagine. Which then significantly shrinks that. Vigilance missed out on an attack earlier, but then we get to start reanimating ourselves, and they have a Brutal Cathar, we have an Atraxa. So we just kind of have to survive this turn, which seems likely, especially with 6 land drop hit. What is this going to be? It's a good card, but you already played in land, so I'm not too concerned about it. Attacks. Do we take the damage and just block this 1/1 and keep this around for maybe like a worse turn? I think so. I think that makes sense. And we'll just cast Otherworldly Gaze because we know that's what we want to do. Ben, and then we'll keep the Prankster to then just play 2 more threats out. And we'll have 3 Pranksters plus an Atraxa in play. Putting this first, our hand is horrible, I think. We have like no Instigator, nothing to really do anything with. Because at least this one we have like this. I'm gonna maul for time, and I guess we're just kind of stuck in the blender here. We let 1 land go, and then we let Atraxa go. Because realistically, what land did I let go? Oh, Basic Island. Okay, that's fine. Play here, and then we'll play Third Path, and then we might play the Draw 2, Discard 2, which seems a little bit more value, but this obviously puts a lot more tempo up. And it's instant speed, but stir this up. If they want to counter it, they can counter it. I don't care. It's the... Oh, they're going to counter what we cast. Okay. I think this is way more counterable than the other one. We missed entirely, I guess. There's a portal in there. Yes, the Helping Hand. There's Get Lost. The Helping Hand to bring back Shredder? I mean, that would make some sense. Shredder obviously will trigger for a ton, but there's a Hottie Gen. Me Mill. Only 5 permanents in the yard. Oh boy. Anything important in there I can bring back? Not really. They're tapped out too. Ugh. That's a good sign that they might not have a counter spell. I'm gonna do this now since they're tapped out. Let us keep durdling away. Next turn, if we don't have quite enough, which we don't, this will go in the yard, so it'll make it 8. And then we can otherworldly gaze off the bottom of this ability for 1 mana, play this land, and hope this squirming emergence solves. It's kind of our only plan. Then we put in portal, I think. That's kind of the only target. Play another land. We just hope they tap out again. Realistically, is all we really want. Interesting to see this deck drop the drop black for, instead of being Esper, they're now something else. Oh. Oh, we definitely kind of just got to barrel it, you know? Cast a spell, please. Oh, let's go. So now we can... Is it going to be enough? It's 7. This will be 8, so it won't be enough. We're so close. It'd been so sick. View. We have to cast this. If we could have cast a cut down and removed one of these and then portal, that'd have been so incredible. But we're gonna fall just short of doing that. Permanent. I guess we'll keep a negate for later, whether that's gonna matter or not. Play land, play squirm, bring back portal, I guess. Although obviously one with the multiverse is good, but I think Get Lost can't target an artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. So we do get to bring the portal. I think Mentor is the creature that they would keep alive here. I could be wrong. I think Mentor is the best. Obviously, Hadigen does the most damage, but Mentor makes you the most widely spread out comparatively. Yeah, and that's what they go for. Now we have to kind of just survive now. Not sure if that's possible. Kind of why on the one hand I really wanted to bring back this, so we could have just kept casting spells, and maybe like if we get a turn with this, we're good. But again, this card exists. As soon as we try to do something, they just start bullying us. But Meeting of the Minds, that's fine. Make a token. Meeting of the Minds is really sick in this deck. Big fan. Now we get to go and we look in the graveyards. We could bring back a 3/4, but I'm going to bring back a Hadigen. A little bit bigger, but it makes my stuff cost less, so I'm excited about it. Then we just, I don't know, barrel this probably. Call it a day. I'll just play it on 2. I'll mill myself for more, making, you know, this maybe a little bit bigger. Regardless, we'll see. And then I'll just hold up a negate for something important if need be. And next turn we'll cast the Squirming, which will technically cost 1 less, but we actually need for it to be good, which we technically have 1 with the multiverse, which I would argue is good. We're in a good spot. It's just whether or not our opponent has the better cards in hand to deal with it. The gate obviously can't answer that, and we're kind of running thin. Get Lost. Solve. Gate. They have to make disappear. Why they were able to play the Hadigen first. Seem that way. Our Hadigen's up to a 4/4. Now if they want to attack, obviously I'll dive in front of this Monastery Mentor. They can play Get Lost again. Then they won't have it for our big enchantment, because we've already seen 2. They're 20 cards deep. I mean, that's pretty good number on average. Could also be an Nganjo, but they don't have the legendaries to kind of perform that scenario. This attack, a little weird. I just don't think you have enough power right now to kind of be forcing a barrel there. New Shredder. Shredder seems pretty good for what my current situation is. Draw 1. Only have 1 green mana. We're going for it. It kind of sucks me only having the 1 green, because like this is such a devastating play. Interact first. Ooh, nice. Nice. Do we have another good card in here? Not really. Play this for 0. Let's actually cast this card. Target opponent discard a card, return permanent, look at top 3. Let us return. Let's just have you burn, I guess. This, because it's the most troublesome, will make you target. And we'll trigger Shredder, which land's obviously going to come off the top. Also, if Haughty Djin's gone, the 2 mana kind of plays are gone as well. Sure. Oh. Bring a couple of those back. That seems good. Good for you. We're in quite the grindy game, though. Founding the 3rd path is fine. We discard this land. Oh, boy. Where are we at? Well, nothing really good. One to put in my hand. I guess it'll just be the Bitter Triumph, huh? On top. Land? Play it. Firm? Firm, are you good? Are you a good card? You're kind of good. I can do some shenanigans with you real quick. Let's 0 you. Let's 3rd path. Mode 1 it. Cast this. Pay 3 life. Let's get this off the battlefield. Then it's kind of a wait situation here. I don't think we have to budge that much. You know what cards are really good under our control? A Monastery Mentor. If they do not helping hand it back, they recommission it immediately. I'll call their creatures up. Consider. My Shredder will now trigger. Is reasonable. You can now Virtue it. But their creatures are getting massive, and it's going to be kind of tough to get to a point where we can block these out. Like, they're 1 Fading Hope and just a lot of damage here. A Portal to Phyrexia 2.0 is probably not even good enough. We're trading. We're trading the Haughty Djin off at least. I have like no reason not to. Alright, let's get the blocks. So let's throw blocks. But I have to assume they have some amount of removal. But they don't have a Haughty Djin in play themselves, so there's not really a whole lot of removal there. I'll spell Smite, I guess. We pause. Pause, we pause, we pause. What do we pause for? You have to pick this immediately on upkeep. I would like to cast this for 1 mana. I'm looking for an Atraxa. I guess Atraxa is hiding today? Like, Virtue's good enough to keep on top. Portal's a good card. I can bring Portal back. And we can Virtue. So we have, like, quite a lot we can do here. Now we can draw. We'll play... Oh, go to my main phase, please. We're at 20 cards. 32. I mean, again, we're kind of edging on the fact that we'll be able to one-shot our opponent eventually. That'll do it. That will do it. Please don't cast. Thank you. So we want to go in here. 1 -3, -3 this. That's what we want to do. That goes. Thank God they did not have an answer for that. I cast that for free, dude? That's not what I wanted to do. Well, we have Okay. We do this, I guess. Now we'll have 2 of these cooking. Could be how that works. Do this. Make them sack way more permanents. Now it's just whether or not they can grow them all. Who's to know on that verdict? They can. Definitely play this. Because it blocking is way better. We're down to 14 cards, and I still haven't seen the tracks, I don't think. Oh, I guess there is one on the bottom. We only played 1? I thought we played 2. Or even 3. Maybe we do only play 1. And me looking for tracks has been kind of foolish here. It is what it is. Helping Hand, another one. Mentor, sure. Mentor plus Helping Hand would be sick, but I'm going to bring back Mentor and another Hottie Gen. And Hottie Gens are going to get really close to just barreling here. I don't really have to do a whole lot more of reanimating outside of this, but we'll reanimate, the founding will trigger, we'll squirm, and then we will be bring back the 3rd portal, and we'll triple portal them. It's crazy that it's had to come to this, but sometimes that's why the cookie crumbles. Sometimes our opponent can't believe it. If I'm in their shoes, I wouldn't believe it either. You basically have played kind of the perfect card to counter portal. Get Lost is another good card against us with the one with the multiverse. But they go into tanking. I would really like for you to allow me to do the cool stuff. Alright. Our opponent timed out, so I'm cutting back in here, and then a timeout automatically just immediately takes it to our turn if we have no interaction. And so that's why these are immediately on the stack. If you're watching, we're still here, you know. We'll bring back all these. I'm really excited because I get to do this. I get to play it, and I get to portal our opponent again. I have all 3 portals in play, which is incredibly hot. It's okay, opponent. You can concede it in. I'm so excited. We are portaling our opponent to death. We better do. We're winning with their cards. We're portaling them. The Promised Land. Now on the Hot again activation. You can squirm again. Bring back Liliana. And then have it like, you know, minus take the last creature out. Attack. But they're going to time out, and it's probably going to concede based off timeouts because I won't be able to kill them here. How does portal work? If they time out and this auto resolves and they won't pick their targets, what does it sack? We'll find out together. Very interesting thing. Oh, it just makes them concede? Is that because they won't be able to pick? All right, we're going to talk about this outro here. I'm going to make it pretty quick. I think the video is pretty long, and I think you kind of get the point. We've seen half our deck twice in most of these matchups. Cards that I was impressed with and cards I wasn't impressed with. For this build, obviously, this Tempest Heart is cool. I didn't even know this was standard legal, so that's really sweet. Definitely fits the deck well. Kind of acts like a Faithless Looting or a Thrill of Possibilities, because obviously we're not in red. We don't really have those effects. Another one is Wail the Forgotten. I think this card is really cool, and it does kind of suck that it doesn't see play anywhere else because it's kind of hard to pull off this Descend mechanic and then have this card be relevant, because realistically this card's only good when you can kind of activate 1 or 2 more modes of it, or 2 modes of it, and obviously 3 modes is great. But at that sorcery speed, obviously you can't have instant speed, target opponent discards a card. That gets really crazy because obviously you can have them draw their card for turn and then cast this at instant speed if that was the case, and then you force them to draw the card or discard the card that they drew. And that's just not like, Wizards isn't trying to do that and kind of have lockout cards like that, because those are always tough, and then your opponent doesn't really have that much fun, which is generally against Wizards design team planning. Other than that, as far as I was also kind of like, I've played it in the past, so I know how good it is, but definitely founding of the third path is one of the main reasons this deck's even possible. Just getting to fire this off and actually cast the adventure side of either of these cards is great. Kind of surprised it lets it work that way, because there are a lot of cards that don't really like let that happen. Also, the amount of times I played this and just used the removal spell and just popped a creature out of the way that we needed it was just great. And then this, and then also the second part, the mill 4 cards, super relevant for what we're doing. Very important, very crucial. Obviously, we got to get that descend up a ton for our cards to work well, and that helps out a lot with this. The other thing is too as well, the way that this turns out, if you play it on turn 2, you play this, you cast another thing if you want, then we mill, and then we can actually potentially, based on how it went, like for example, if we have the Worldly Gaze, we founding, we use the Prankster, and then we could potentially fire off this Emergence against like a control deck, and maybe they counter it. Then on the next turn, we can use the bottom of this ability, because if you think about it, this is 3 cards, this is 4 cards, this is 4 more cards, so there in theory could be 9 permanents, not counting this, of course. Then on the turn 3, this will also count as a permanent when you put the Squirming Emergence on the back and try to cast it and target something. And then this doesn't really count itself either, so it's a little bit weird, a little bit tricky. So you have to be careful with how you kind of line that up. Other than that, we obviously have our big bombs. One with the multiverse is obviously probably one of the best reanimate things that you can do. The fact that it allows you to cast free spells from anywhere and play cards from the top for free, and play the cards from the top for free, but also be able to cast them from the top is really, really good. A lot of times it's like you can play a thing from any zone for free, but you can't cast them from there permanently. A lot of times we start our turn where we just start playing off the top of our library instead of using cards in our hand, and especially getting lands out of the way that we already know are there that we don't need to put in the graveyard for a Squirming Emergence to be relevant. Outside of that, that's all I really got. There's a kind of a high land count. It's 25, but the reason is they count as permanents for descent, so it is what it is. But that's all I got for you today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you later in the next one. Bye.